friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
And we're just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and wine. So that is something that interests you. Please stick around and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now it's time for some movie and TV news and pulp culture discussion. So Amy Winehouse, her biopic is called Back to Black, which is, I think, was the name of her album as well, her first. Did she only do one album now that I think about it? Anyway, if she did two, I know her first album was Back to Black. But anyway, her biopic is in the works, and Sam Taylor Johnson, who also directed the 50 Shades movies, if that makes a difference, will direct.
Oh, wow.
They haven't done any casting, so we don't know who's going to play Miss Winehouse, but I'm interested. I don't know a lot of her. I know some of her backstory.
Yeah.
So depending on where they go with it, whether it's more Bohemian Rhapsody or Rocket Man, I guess is to be determined.
Right. I did watch a documentary on her.
Oh, okay.
And her life, and she was just so young.
Right.
Especially when she passed away. Yeah, it was amazing. Her life was it was kind of sad, what happened with her. And of course, it all starts at home.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, but that'll be good. I'd like to see that. Yeah.
Criminal Minds, their revival is moving forward at Paramount Plus with a 10-episode order.
Oh, wow.
So apparently they had said they were going to do one, and then they were like, never mind, and then now for sure it's really happening. So that's cool. They'll get to have a not a proper send-off, because I think they did end it okay from what I remember. But they're just bringing it back with some of the same people. Not everyone's coming back, is my understanding. Like Shamar Moore isn't, because he's on SWAT now. So, but I mean, the majority of the cast still will be back. So I think that's cool.
Well, gosh, I'm not watching it then.
I'll give it a chance.
All right.
Sarah Michelle Gellar of Buffy the Vampire fame will star and executive produce a spinoff called Wolfpack of the Teen Wolf franchise on Paramount Plus. It's been a while since we've seen her in a series, so I think this is interesting. I'm surprised. Of course, we're going Supernatural again after Buffy, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. It should be interesting. I was a fan of the Teen Wolf. I don't know how. I just got sucked in, and I was like, this actually was very entertaining, the newer Teen Wolf series. So the fact that it's having a spin-off sounds cool, and I do like her, so I'll probably check it out.
Oh, good. Okay.
And then finally, Ryan Gosling is now returning for a Gray Man sequel.
Wow.
So it's done really well so far on Netflix, and he's coming back. And
it's very Mission Impossible-esque.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it is a series of books, I guess. So I guess.
Oh, okay.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, it is very Mission Impossible-esque. Although he's the, what would you call him? You've watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is he? It's like he's just sent out on missions, but he doesn't know what they're.
CIA, but he's he's just like a clandestine arm of the CIA.
Yes.
That only certain people know about.
Right. So he's given the mission, but he doesn't know a whole lot about.
No, he's just told to do it, and that's it.
Yep.
No background, no backstory.
Exactly. You're risking your life, but we're not telling you for whom or for what. But you know what? I do love the fact that Billy Bob Thornton's in it. So I do like. Well, I like him. So.
So movies and TV shows. We're going to do what was out last week as well as this week, since we missed an episode last week. So first up for last week, the movie Nope. This is in theaters, starring Keke Palmer and Daniel Kaluuya. I never say his name right, dang it. Anyway, he's from Get Out and, Black Panther, so many things. So they are playing brother and sister, but they are caretakers at a California horse ranch that encounter a mysterious force that affects human and animal behavior.
Ooh.
This is from Jordan Peele, who's, famous for his, Get Out, his Us movies, so he always looks for the mysterious spin on stuff, and this obviously is about aliens, but there has to be some other twist in there somewhere.
Right. It does. It looks good, and then it looks weird, and then it's like, what? So
yeah, it's all over the place.
I think we talked about going to that, didn't we?
We did. Yeah. We'll have to see on that one. Then we have the Gray Man movie on Netflix with Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, and Ana de Armas. So when the CIA's top asset, his identity known to no one, uncovers agency hunt by assassins set loose by his ex-colleague. So I have watched this, so I'll talk about that more on something I watched this past week. But I did enjoy it, I'll just say that. So I do recommend guys watching it. Then we have, I'll just say it's called Rap Shit, but they don't, they kind of like, the titles kind of has a an exclamation point instead of the I. So anyway, this is a new series on HBO Max with Ada Osman, Janika Booth, and Chameleon, who's a rapper. We should know by that name. But anyway, two estranged high school friends from outside Miami reunite to form an all-female rap group hoping to make it in the music industry. This is from executive producer Issa Rae, who is well known from her TV series Insecure. So I think she wrote this as well. So I do like her. I like Insecure. I haven't seen everything about Insecure, but I've seen some episodes, and it's really good. I'm not too into the rap game. You know, I like some rappers, but not enough of them.
Right.
So the show is not my cup of tea, but it looks good if you do like that type of stuff. So I would give it a whirl.
Okay.
And then finally for last week, we have Victoria's Secret's Angels and Demons. This is a docuseries on Hulu. So the truth is not what it seems, as the underworld of fashion, the billionaire class, and Jeffrey Epstein are revealed to be intertwined with the fall of this legendary brand. So that docuseries does look interesting. Might check it out. I don't know about calling it the fall, because they still do quite well, in malls, in my opinion. Maybe not as well as they used to, but I mean, they're still a pretty good brand sales-wise. So
yeah,
when it says the fall of this brand, it's kind of like, huh? What do you mean? But we'll see. And then for this week, we have DC League of Super Pets. This is in theaters and has the voices of Dwayne Johnson, Keanu Reeves, John Krasinski, and of course Kevin Hart. So Crypto the Super Dog and Superman are inseparable best friends sharing the same superpowers and fighting crime side by side in Metropolis. However, when the Man of Steel and the rest of the Justice League are kidnapped, Crypto must convince a ragtag group of animals to master their own newfound powers for a rescue mission.
It looks so funny.
It does look very cute. And of course, when you have Dwayne and Kevin in something, you just know it's going to be hilarious no matter what. I mean, their interviews to promote this have been hilarious so far. So even on an animated show, I'm sure it's great. So I do want to see it. I'm sure it'll wait till it's on.
Right. Unless you have kids, you just take them right out to the movie.
Yeah. But I'll be waiting. Then we have Vengeance. This is in theaters and stars B.J. Novak, Ashton Kutcher, and Dove Cameron. So a journalist and podcaster travels from New York City to Texas to investigate the death of a woman whom he hooked up with.
Oh.
This was one of the trailers we looked at a while back, and we were entertained by the trailers. I do think it is a funny show. Even though he's trying to figure it's a whodunit, it's a funny whodunit.
Right.
So
yes,
I do want to check it out. Then we have Purple Hearts. This is a movie on Netflix with Sophia Carson and Nicholas Galzantine. So despite their differences and against all odds, an aspiring singer-songwriter and a soldier fall hopelessly in love. I did watch the trailer in this because I was curious about what it was about, and it's cool. It's like they marry because she needs his insurance, his military insurance, and he agrees. I forgot what his reason is, but of course, along the way, they really, end up falling in love. I think this looks very cute.
This sounds like a Hallmark movie.
It does, but not. It didn't look as
Hallmarkish.
I hate to say even cheesy, but yeah, it took a more serious tone. Because I don't know what she's sick with, but it's obviously has something like serious. I don't know whether it's cancer or something else. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a, not a schmaltzy take, a very serious take.
Okay, I'll let you see it and then let us know.
Okay. Then we have Dream Home Makeover Season 3 on Netflix. I love my makeover shows, so Season 3 is now out. Just again following the couple from Utah who's decorating homes everywhere. It's very cool if you guys have ever seen it. It's different from the home edit in that again they're not organizing. These are people who redo homes, or there just be a room or the whole home or what have you. It's really good. Then we have Uncoupled, which is a new series on Netflix. It stars Neil Patrick Harris, Tisha Campbell, and Marcia Gay Harden. So a man has his life turned upside down after his partner walks out on him. This looks honestly hilarious. And yeah, I like Neil Patrick Harris, so this just looks very funny. So this is definitely something I will check out. Who doesn't love a bumbling Neil Patrick Harris trying to find love, Not this part.
It does look pretty funny because I've seen the
commercial.
Yeah.
Then we have something else that looks pretty good. It's called Surface. This is a new series on Apple TV and stars Gugu Mbatha Raw, who's from The Morning Show, if you guys don't remember. And then also Oliver Jackson Cohen, who is from The Invisible Man. He played the husband. And then Stefan James, who is from Beale Street. So after suffering a traumatic head injury that leaves her with serious memory loss issues, Sophia embarks on a quest to piece her life back together. However, she realizes that the people who are helping her may not have her best interests in mind.
Uh-oh.
So this looks
Yes,
good.
it does look really good, actually.
It is Apple, so as usual, we'll get like the first 2 episodes out and then it'll release weekly, but that's okay. I'm in it. I may wait actually for more to come out than just the first 2 before
I
watch
know.
it.
And, jeez, I wish they would, yeah. I know,
the only downside to Apple.
Because I am right there with that Blackbird. So.
I did that with Severance. I waited until the whole season was done before I even watched it, and I'm glad
Which one?
did. Severance.
Oh,
because it's
right.
like once I got into it, I'm like I was so happy I could binge it.
I still want to
I would've
watch
been
that.
irritated if not. So yeah, you should. It's good. Then we have Santa Evita. This is a new series on Hulu and stars Natalia Oreiro and Ernesto Alterio. So a series of surreal events prevent the burial of Eva Perón, the First Lady of Argentina, as various political factions attempt to use the image of her body for their own secretive campaigns. I haven't seen a commercial on this. It sounds intriguing. I really did like the movie back in the day, Evita, with Madonna. That was the only time I'd ever even heard about this lady. And it was her life, honestly, was very, very interesting. So I think I would be interested in this series because I was interested in Ava herself. Then we have this movie called Honor Society on Paramount Plus. It stars Gaten Matarazzo from Stranger Things and Ajori Rice from that recent movie I watched with Rebel Wilson called Senior Year. So funny. Anyway. So Honor is an ambitious high school senior whose sole focus is getting into an Ivy League college, assuming she can first score the coveted recommendation from her guidance counselor, Mr. Calvin. It's just so weird to know that Gatton's, old enough to play a graduating, senior. I know.
Who's Gatton?
Oh, he plays the smart one from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Names all the time.
I know. Right.
That's so bad. Anyway, he has the cute girlfriend.
Mike?
No, he's the one that has the cute girlfriend, lives in Utah.
Yes.
Anyway.
He's so funny. Dustin, isn't
There
it?
we go. Dustin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The one who plays Dustin.
Yes. Then we have The Resort, which is another new series on Peacock, and this stars Kristen Milotti, William Jackson, and Nick Offerman. So an anniversary trip puts a marriage to the test when a couple finds themselves embroiled in one of Yucatan's most bizarre unsolved mysteries from 15 years prior, involving the disappearance of 2 young adults, a murder, and a once-in-a-century hurricane. With everything connected, solving crime requires unraveling some of life's biggest questions.
Oh.
So it sounds interesting. I haven't seen a commercial on it or anything.
Okay. So it's not funny. It's more of a serious.
The thing is, I wouldn't think so because Kristen Milotti, she has done comedy. She was last just seen that show I watched, Made for Love, which was like a comedy.
Yeah.
Slash hype. And then Nick Offerman usually is funny because he's from Parks and Recreation.
That's why I'm wondering.
So I guess again, I haven't seen a commercial. I'm not sure. Maybe it's half and half.
Okay.
Then finally, we have our last new series called Paper Girls. This is on Amazon. It stars Sophia Rosinski, Riley Leigh Nellet, and Ali Wong. So in the early morning hours after Halloween 1988, 4 paper girls are out on their delivery route when they become caught in the crossfire between warring time travelers, changing the course of their lives forever.
Wow.
Right? I saw the commercial on this. This actually does look... I'm intrigued to check it out. Because it's in 1988, a la, I guess, Stranger Things, and then all of a sudden you're throwing in this, like, supernatural element, basically, with the time travel. And apparently this is based on a series of comic books, which get crazier as they go along. So, yeah, I'm interested. I will check this out.
Yeah, it does sound interesting.
Because I am interested to see how that goes.
So with this being on Amazon, will there be a fee?
Oh, yeah. If you don't have Amazon, you can't watch it. It is a Prime.
Oh, it is a Prime. Yeah, I have Prime, but...
Yeah,
so if you're a Prime, you don't have to pay for it.
Right, no extra paying. So
okay.
Definitely check it out. So what we have been watching this week, first we will do a good old Love and Thunder movie review. So we saw Thor Love and Thunder like a week and a half ago or about.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 2 weeks. Anyway. And pretty much enjoyed it, at least from my point of view. So as you may not or may not know, it's a Marvel movie. It's the 4th Thor movie. He's the first standalone character to get a 4th movie. Most of them get 3 and they're done.
Yeah.
So it's cool he got 4. So it stars Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, Tessa Thompson, Russell Crowe, And I really enjoyed it. It was very funny, much funnier than Ragnarok.
Than any of them.
Yeah, but since Ragnarok was the first funny of
Yeah.
them, yeah, it was actually even funnier than which we weren't expecting.
It was like everything was comedy in it.
Yeah, we weren't expecting that at all. I mean, it did feel, I guess it felt straight 80s, or not 80s, but 90s only because they used Guns N' Roses almost the whole soundtrack. So it's like I was back in my high school years, like with that soundtrack. But it was just such a cool show. I mean, it was basically about him trying to like find himself, find his place in the world, and then Natalie Portman's character Jane comes back into play, and their interaction is just so cute and sweet, and I don't know, it was just a good time. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. It was really funny. It was much more, had much more comedy than I was expecting. In fact, I really love the Thor movies, so the fact that this was so much comedy was, I don't know. I didn't care for that as much. I mean, I liked it, don't get me wrong, but I just felt like it was probably a little more comedy than I would have liked, because I felt like it should have been a bit more serious. But anyway, still good, still worth going to go to see. I enjoyed it.
I did too. And apparently, I was going to tell you that there was a post-credit scene that we missed.
Oh, shoot!
Everyone was sitting there. Anyway, and it was Jane getting into Valhalla, which is like the afterlife. Right? She runs into Idris Elba's character.
Oh my gosh! Right.
Anyway, and just just letting her know that you're good, everyone's good down there, and yeah, basically it was just a little afterlife, like just showing how they're all good, and then
because they talk about Valhalla,
and then her just explaining to him apparently like how his son's been doing great, and
we missed that.
Like, so we'll have to watch it when it finally gets on streaming and stuff. But yeah, I was like, okay. I did wonder. I guess that I should have figured, because most Marvel movies do have after show credits. It didn't even like really kick in, even though I feel like everyone was still sitting there when we left. So
yeah.
It's like, so that was why. But anyway, I'm gonna rate this. I would give it 3.5 wine corks.
That's what I would give it. Yeah, I agree.
So if you do love Thor, I would say give it a whirl. If you're not into it, if you don't really were on the fence about it anyway, then maybe not. But I say if you do,
it's a feel-good movie, and you're gonna laugh and you'll come out of it feeling good. So these days, who doesn't need a feel-good movie? So
right. That's true. So for what I've been watching this week, I watched season 3 of Control Z on Netflix. As you guys know, I watched the first 2 seasons. This is another Spanish language that I got sucked into. First season during the pandemic, and unfortunately, like a lot of season 3s of shows I've been watching, it just didn't really stick its ending, which it wasn't a way bad ending, thankfully, but they just could have gone so much better with it. So I mean, we had some closure, but part of the closure didn't make sense to me. I think they still left some threads out that needed fixing, but that's okay. I mean, I'm glad at least it got to have an ending, even though it wasn't how I wanted it to be. So yeah, I would honestly, for season 3, I probably only could give it like 2.5 wine corks. It just wasn't the best to me. First 2 seasons, great. So you guys are interested in, again, like mysteries, like whodunits, revenge, that's all thrown in there. I say give the first 2 a whirl and maybe just skip the 3rd one. Because you would be fine if you did, just FYI.
Okay.
And then I watched the movie Persuasion on Netflix, and that stars Dakota Johnson and Henry Golding. Oh my gosh, you guys, I really liked it. Yes, it's based off the Jane Austen book. And it's a different take on it. I know it's, everyone might have a problem with it. Yeah, that it's not staying true to the book, but I like when people speak to the camera, and I guess what they say, break the fourth wall, when they talk to the camera, during different moments. It's
this
okay
is like they kind of those are kind of bug me. It depends on who it is, but it's just all of a sudden, I don't know.
It seemed subtle enough in here where it wasn't like, it's like she'd be saying something and it was just like, and so when she was kind of like, if she was just like looks at you like, did they just say that type of thing? So it wasn't like used a lot. I thought it was used in just the right amount. So I really enjoyed it. It was just a very cute, romantic story. Not cheesy. It was just well done. So I would definitely recommend it. This is a 3 wine corker for me. I definitely say definitely see it. Then lastly, as I said earlier, I watched the Gray Man movie on Netflix with Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, and Anna de Armas. And it was really good. Like she said, it's very Mission Impossible-esque. Or if you want to take it even, further back, let's say, Lethal Weapon.
Oh, right.
Except this time the buddies are Ryan and Anna, and they're, it's just really interesting because it's funny because, they're both playing, the straight man basically, but they're just, because they're playing off each other, it just works and it's funny. So Chris Evans as the villain was also funny. I loved him doing that. Who knew? He played a great villain. He was having so much fun doing it. Reggie Jean Page from Bridgerton. He didn't have a big role, but it was nice seeing him in something other than Bridgerton.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so that was really cool. I mentioned Billy Bob Thornton's in it, as well as Alfre Woodard has a small part. And then Jessica Henwick, I think you say her name right. She has a small part too. She's from, she was last in the Matrix Revolutions and my other Marvel show, Iron Fist. So many good characters. And I really did enjoy this movie. It was just a great...
It's got a lot of action. Yeah, it's very action-packed.
Take you away for 2 hours. But the story wasn't bad either. So I would definitely give this one also 3 wine corks. I enjoyed it and definitely recommend.
And did you watch the whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good. Oh. Well, that's a nice segue into mine, which I started with The Gray Man as well. And I've really enjoyed it. I think it's a great action-packed movie, a great cast, but I haven't finished it. And I know that surprises no one at this point, but I haven't, and I will finish it. Okay. So then the other one that I'm really interested in, that I really enjoy, is called Blackbird on Apple TV. And it stars Taron Egerton and Paul Walter Hauser. And oh my gosh, it is based on a true story. The Apple TV series is actually an adaptation of the 2010 autobiographical novel In With the Devil, a fallen hero, a serial killer, and a dangerous bargain for redemption by James Keane, which in turn is based on the true events surrounding Keane. So, Taron Egerton, he does drugs, he's a drug dealer, that type of thing, but he's been offered a reduced sentence, possibly his freedom, if he can get a guy to plead guilty or talk about where he's hid the bodies of some girls that have gone missing. Mm-hmm. But he's not saying, nor is he saying he's guilty. So his job is to find out more about this and find out where the bodies are. And Paul Walter Hauser, that guy, he's so good. I really do like him. He's funny in some things, but he is he's really good in this. So I don't like that I can't binge watch it because I'm at the 4th episode and I'm waiting, and I believe it comes out on Friday. So anyway, I would take a gander at that if that sounds like something that would interest you. And then I started watching, after that, it's called The Most Hated Man on the Internet on Netflix. And it's about this guy that somehow infiltrated people's computers. Or like if you were sexting with somebody. Oh, yeah. They would send it to that website, which was called, I forgot. It's called Are You Up? Anyway, and this guy was just, sick. He took delight in watching people, their lives being ruined, because he would post all these, horrible pictures of them being naked or something like that. And they would, he would say on his website that he would take him down. Like all you had to do was click on here, click on there, and tell him why, and blah blah blah, and he would take it down.
But he never did.
And he never would do. It was revenge porn, is what it was. And so if you were trying to get back at someone, it was the perfect way to do it. Right. But one mom took this on with her daughter, because her daughter had taken pictures of herself, but she uploaded it to her computer. Her computer was hacked and then sent to him. And so all of a sudden she's getting notifications, and this happened to a lot of people. So anyway, her mom takes it on, and obviously I'm still watching it, but anyway, it's really good if you're into docu-series or documentaries like me. So yeah, it's a good one.
About the documentary, so
yeah,
I have to check it out myself.
Crazy.
So last week, or should I say 2 episodes ago, we went through the Emmy nominations. So we thought we'd just talk about a little of the Emmy nomination snubs that occurred and thoughts about that. So there was big, little uproar about Blackish. Final season got nothing. They've been nominated for cast before, Tracy.
They've been nominated every year,
right? And then now the final season, they got jack. No show, nothing on that show. No costume, even no hair, nothing from that show got nominated, which I find very bizarre. I guess, I don't know, maybe you have to think of it as there was just way too many other...
That's what I'm thinking. And because it was their last show and they've won so much, maybe they were just like, meh, you're good.
We don't need to throw anything.
Exactly. Who knows?
It doesn't matter. You're good. Then there was also Reservation Dogs on FX. So this is a series I've never watched, but it got good. It got so many good reviews in its inaugural season. And again, it's its first season, which usually voters love. Anything that's new and has high praise usually gets something. Again, nothing at all for this show. Very odd. I don't understand. And then we also had Dr. Death on Peacock, which I still have not watched, but just based off you and Linda talking we're good about it. I'm like, no acting for anybody on there, and the show and the series itself didn't get any nominations.
Yeah, that is interesting. It was a really good show.
We thought Joshua Jackson would get something for playing the doctor.
Right.
But, nothing. And so...
That was a really good show, too.
It's quite interesting how... I would just be so curious, how that comes about. Why... What? Did he get maybe... Is it you have, people names on a list, and it's only 1 vote for Joshua, but 10 for these other people, and that's how you decide who's on the ballot?
Well, maybe it's just the writing of their part in that... episode or that season just wasn't as good as previously. I don't know. I couldn't tell you because I don't get to vote, so I don't know.
It's so I'd be
because if you look at it, This Is Us was snubbed too, and it was their final season. Mm-hmm. So Blackish and This Is Us, it's like.
And that was a big stretch because it's
and that was
especially for Mandy Moore. People were really sure she would get one, and again, and up until this season. Sterling K. Brown always got nominated. He didn't even get anything at all. Yeah. This year.
And there were no bones thrown to him.
Nothing.
Yeah, that is interesting. I wonder why.
It's that's very crazy. Then you also have Selena Gomez for Only Murders in the Building, which this isn't that odd to me, honestly, because the show did get nominated as well as Martin.
A lot.
Martin and Steve. Uh-huh. So it's okay, so at least they got those 2 got acting nominations, but people were like, well, why didn't she get it? Because she's part of the trio. Well, I love her in the show, don't get me wrong, but comparing her to the other nominees, I don't think in this case she's as strong. So her snub actually makes sense to me because I've seen it. Yeah. But, I mean, that's just my opinion on that. Then Yellowstone.
Yes.
Yellowstone.
Hello.
Nothing.
Have they been nominated in the past? I don't think they have.
No, no, that's true.
That is crazy. It's one of the most popular watched series on television, and it's not been nominated. That's just insane to me.
You would think at least Kelly Riley, who plays Beth, would get something, and the fact that she hasn't at least.
I know. Exactly. Right?
I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm hoping when the Golden Globes roll around again, that will be corrected.
Yeah, because she is fantastic. Right? We all need a little Beth in us.
This is very, odd. And then finally, Jennifer Aniston for The Morning Show on Apple TV. She has been nominated before.
She's also won before.
Right, and so maybe that was part of the thing in this case. And I think I said this before when we were talking about the Emmy nominations, how Billy Crudup got nominated again. Love him, love the character. Billy Crudup, he plays the head guy of the network.
Oh, right.
That's BFFs with Bradley. Anyway, you finished that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so I just felt that this last season wasn't as strong as
I agree.
the previous. And I think that probably has something to do with the fact that she because it's like even though
Yeah, it kinda lost me.
her character wasn't didn't get as annoying to me as Reese Witherspoon's Bradley character did. I just think it just wasn't a strong season for.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Billy, even Billy getting nominated is a surprise, but out of the three, Billy had the better time.
Now, is that over?
No, it's coming back for another season.
It is. Okay,
It's
good.
coming back for another season.
Good.
Yeah. So those are just some of the snubs we thought we'd go through. I mean, what are your thoughts on if who should have gotten nominated and who didn't? Be interested to know.
Do we have an Emmy date? Emmy Awards date? No.
We don't. I know. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be in September, but I don't have a date on that. So we'll keep you posted. Now it's time for some movie trailer talk. First up, we have Fall. This will be out August 12th and stars Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Grace Caroline Curry, and Virginia Gardner. This, you know, as the title says, is about someone who had a very bad fall climbing and now doesn't want to ever do it again. But a good friend of hers, of course, wants to pull her into climbing this tallest tower.
Oh.
I'm trying to. I think it's a cable tower, maybe.
Yeah.
I can't remember now exactly, but
Or cell tower or
it
something.
just
Who
looks-
knows?
Yeah, it's just crazy high. I mean, it might as well be a mountain for all I care. And so, you know, we're bad with heights, and so just watching the trailer.
Oh
it's like,
gosh, it was so creepy.
yeah, I mean,
Watching these girls, and you know something's going to happen, something
Right.
bad's going to happen, and well, of course it does. I really want to see it, but I know me being afraid of heights, my
Would kick in.
acrophobia is going to go through the roof.
it would kick in. You're like, oh god,
Oh, yeah.
oh god. So, yeah, we're all on the fence about that one. It does look very thrilling, though.
Yes,
I
it
must
does.
say. The trailer did its job. It looks very thrilling. Then we have Halloween Ends. This is out October 14th and stars, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis and Judy Greer. I did not see Halloween Kills, which I believe was the title of the last one. But this looks dramatic.
Yes.
Dramatic, actiony.
Well, it's her
someone's butt's gonna
against
get killed. Yeah.
Michael. So
Someone's gonna get killed. And I can't remember if you didn't like it, but I know I've heard from other people that they weren't even a fan of the second one, the Halloween Kills, and I'm not sure why. They just didn't feel it didn't have the same tone as the one previously. And
you mean the very last one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I liked it.
Oh, you did?
I did
Okay.
like it. Yeah, I
Okay.
did. You know, of course, it wasn't like the others. There was a bit of a departure, and there were other characters that came in to play that weren't in there before. But you know what? I do love Michael Myers. I do. There may not have been enough of him, but this is like the culmination of all of the Halloweens.
right.
And
If they're really gonna end it, it should end with a bang.
and it does need to end.
Yes,
it
it
does. It does need to end.
I agree.
And I think that it looks like it's coming down to you know, Jamie Lee Curtis, her Laurie, and Michael, and they battle. So,
Yeah,
my gosh, I'm
the
excited.
trailer did look good. I was like, oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yep.
okay,
I
okay.
agree.
And then finally, we have Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. This will be out November 11th and stars Lupita Nyong'o, Angela Bassett, and Letitia Wright. This, of course, is the follow-up to the original Black Panther that starred Chadwick Boseman, who has sadly passed away since. So you can tell the show is going to honor him. I mean, I did tear up with the trailer, I ain't gonna lie. I did, because it was just, you know, it's sad. You can tell there was a memorial scene happening. There's a cool picture of him that they have up. And but it also looks very cool. I mean, it looks like they're trying to come together as a nation of Wakanda to fight against some new being. And I'm sure that this one over here will agree with me that the underwater, which I know I end up reading about later, was apparently that's a great adversary. Is some water god called Nor.
Oh, right.
That's the villain. But I mean, it gave you a little bit of Avatar vibes.
It did. It kind of did.
Because of the underwater scenes. I mean, very beautiful cinematography. Oh my gosh! I mean, the baby being born underwater, the people like attached to like some submarine as it was like coming underwater. I was like,
Yeah.
that looks cool.
No, it looks really good.
The men who looked like they were a little blue coming up out of the water. yeah, so many. I was just like, this. It looks very cool. A very cool thing. I think it's going to be a great show. I think it's going to be a proper
Send-off.
dedication and send off for Chadwick's character.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to the end to see who puts on the suit. It kind of gave me a feminine vibe, so I'm leaning more toward his sister.
Yeah,
Maybe got in it
to keep it in the family.
Get out. So that's what I'm thinking.
She's a great warrior.
So.
Yeah, I agree. I think it looks really good and definitely a tribute to Chadwick Boseman for sure, especially with the mural on the wall. And yeah, it looks really good.
It looks really good. So definitely we'll see it and we'll report back on it. But those are our pre-trailers for the week.
Well, that's all we have for this week. Thanks so much for listening. We had a fun time, as usual, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. Please give us a review or a comment, as it really does help us out. And please follow us on Instagram at movies_munchies_moscato. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you, guys.